Today we are going to be refinishing my client's solid cherry Lillian Russell bedroom set. I'm going to give you a fair warning. If you do not like seeing painted furniture, this video may not be for you, but let's all just remember, paint is not permanent. Let's say it together. Paint is not permanent. So first things first, I am covering up the base of the furniture. We are keeping the top wood and staining it. So I'm going to go to my favorite stripper and start stripping that down. I could use my sander, but honestly, when I am wanting to stain something, keeping that wood grain beautiful, I don't want to risk damaging the wood grain with a scraper or adding little pigtails with a sander. So my go-to is to first use a chemical stripper. And I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite part. This is probably like most of why I use this stripper, because look at that. That's so much fun. That's so satisfying. The dresser originally had two smaller drawers on the top that she did not want to keep, so I am using a Mohawk wood epoxy, and I'm just filling those holes in, and I'm using, I think the color is mahogany, and it's not cherry, but it blends in really well. All right, and here's the other reason I like to use stripper. Look how easily the rest of that stain sands off. It makes sanding so much easier, and I'm not spending hours trying to get that stain and finish off. Plus, shout out to Surf Prep for making my life easier in so many ways. And here I am using the Pro Foam Surf Prep sanding pads. They make life so much easier if you are trying to sand any kind of curves or edges, corners. It's brilliant. For the stain color, I am using General Finishes. I am actually using a custom blend. It's probably about 50-50, using the water-based stain in colors Black Cherry and Brown Mahogany. I like to spray the surface with water first when using water-based stain. It just keeps it from drying out too fast, and it just makes the application so much smoother. After I was done staining the tops, the next step was removing the old hardware and then scuff sanding the entire piece. Now listen, sanding is not always fun, I understand, but it is very, very important. After scuff sanding and cleaning the dust off the piece, I am using my Wagner Flexio 5000 and Dixie Belle Bonding Boss Primer. Again, not everybody likes to use primer, but I'm telling y'all, it is a very important step, especially if you are painting a wood like cherry. Cherry has a lot of tannins. It will bleed through. So go ahead and just get that primer ready and get to spraying. Next, I am using a glazing spot putty by Bondo, just to get any little scratches and dings filled in for the smoothest surface possible. At this point in the refinishing process, the client wasn't sure what she wanted to do about knobs or pulls, so I went ahead and filled in the holes with Bondo. All right, so you can see the different colors on there. So there was bleeding through a little bit of this primer, and that's okay. Not all primers are made the same. Some are made for stain blocking, some are made for adhesion. It's just different. So make sure that you've got the right primers for what you're doing. And what I did when there was bleeding, I just used a shellac-based primer to basically spot prime where I needed it. After all of that, it was time to paint, so I grabbed my Flexio 5000 and I am using the color Perfect White by Melange Paints, which is a veteran-owned small business, and they make amazing products, so definitely check them out. I get asked why I spray with the drawers in. Honestly, it just makes my life easier. It doesn't make the drawers stick or anything, and then once I'm done and they're dry, I pull them out and I touch up the edges where needed. And then we are actually matching this to the client's other furniture that she has, and she really likes this style, so we are doing a light distress on the edges just to give it more of a worn feel. To distress this area, I'm using a 5mm sanding pro foam pad from Surf Prep and just folding it and getting in there all the grooves, and it's making it really easy to distress those small, hard to reach areas. Once I was finished with the distressing, I unwrapped the top of the pieces and got ready to top coat everything. To top coat, I am using General Finishes High Performance Top Coat. It really is the best in the business, and the sheen I'm using is satin. One of the things that I love when I'm keeping wood grain is seeing the wood grain pop after putting a finish on it. Wood grain can look kind of dull until you put a finish on it, and then it just pops and that natural beauty comes back out. I do not like measuring for hardware, so I made my husband do it. The little tally marks kind of make my brain melt, so he gets to do that. Once he is done measuring that with his beautiful brain, I grab my Hodo screwdriver and get to work drilling holes for the new hardware. The last step is to apply Howard's Feed and Wax to the drawer tracks. I do this on the inside of the drawer as well as on the drawer itself. This creates less friction and it's going to slide so much smoother. I also apply it to the inside of the drawers if they are wood, and the sides of the drawers as well. It just rehydrates the wood and brings out that natural beauty. Okay, we are almost ready for the reveal. Here is a reminder of where we started. Beautiful cherry wood, just a little outdated. And here we are. I think they turned out so beautiful. And listen, I know painted furniture isn't for everybody. I know distressed white paint isn't for everybody. But I think the key to keeping it classy and modern is to just distress it lightly, just enough to give it some character, and it makes the world of a difference. And as always, let me know in the comments what you loved or hated, what you would have done differently or never done at all. I want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly, or otherwise. And make sure to check out the description for this video. I've included all the links to the products used as well as a discount code for Surf Prep. Thank you so much for watching, and then I will see you next week when I show you how I'm refinishing an antique hutch. Bye!